Now to the sad news that Dharmendra, a Bollywood star whose career spans 7 decades, has died at the age of 89. He was born Dharam Singh Dole in December 1935 in Punjab. Dharmendra became affectionately known as the He-Man of Bollywood thanks to his roles in a string of action movies that cemented his legacy, spanning more than 6 decades and 250 films. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tribute to the star, saying his passing marks an end of an era in Indian cinema. Well, we can talk to Rohit Kilnani, who's an Indian entertainment journalist, who you have actually interviewed Dharmendra yourself. This is an end of an era. Just talk us through, what was Dharmendra like?
Yes, lucky me that I got to interview him a couple of times. And he was, people love film stars for the roles that they play, but everybody loved Dharmendra, the person. You love the man. Once you meet him, you will just fall in love with him. And there was an effortless charm where he calls you home, he feeds you food, he talks about your family more than talking about, when we go, we wanted to hear about him, but he wanted to hear about you. There was an instant connect that people had. People from his village would come to Mumbai, settle in that house, live with him, help him with, his work. He made both his sons actors, and both are successful Bollywood stars even today. So to become a movie star, come from nowhere as an outsider, he came for a Filmfare contest, and then of course 6 decades of movies. He effortlessly transformed from romantic roles to action roles, and then launched his sons. Both his sons are top film stars. They went through a rough patch and bounced back. He was alive to see all that. That's an incredible journey. At 89, he lived a full life that we should absolutely celebrate.
And he made hundreds of films. Just talk us through why that nickname, why He-Man?
He was the first who took care of himself. He had he took care of his physique. He never misused that part. What usually happens is that when people come with, that kind of an aura, they usually like to push their weight around. This was a man who had the physique of He-Man, and he did romantic roles. He was obviously working out and going to the gym and impressing everyone with his muscles. But on the other side, he was busy charming all his female fans. So here there was a solid female fan following that loved him incredibly because of the romantic hero that he was. Even off camera, he had quite a life. He was married, and then he married the second time to Hema Malini, and he did films with Hema Malini. They also had children, Esha Deol, who's also an actor. So quite a life, I have to say.
Indeed, quite a life, and quite a different roles as well. He certainly wasn't typecast in any one type of genre. He really, really extended his acting abilities.
You wouldn't know which one will be a comedy film and which one will be an action film. He will do comedy and action back to back, and both effortlessly great. So you could write roles for him where he could use his own charm. But today, if I talk about him, Dharmendra will be remembered a lot for his films, but also personally for the loving man that he was. He only spoke about giving love, and he was also at 85 onwards, he was on social media. He made reels. He was living at a farmhouse, and he made reels on Instagram. He was adapting so well to social media, better than his sons. And that's where we got all the updates on what Dharmendra ji is up to. So clearly adapting with the time, changing with the time, never shy. I interviewed Bobby Deol's younger son, and asked him, out of the 3 of you, who has lived a great, colorful life? He said, my dad. He said, my dad lived how he wanted.
What a beautiful tribute, Rohit. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Rohit Kilnani, who has interviewed Dharmendra a number of times. Thank you so much for talking to us on the sad news that Dharmendra, Bollywood actor who, as we were hearing, absolute legend, has died at the age of 89.